Well, today I'm Sophia, piloting into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking some classical China era's concepts. And yesterday we talked about the qian, which is the male, the positive, the energetic. And today we're going to talk about its counterparts. Kun is discontinued lines in this trigram scheme. And of course, this female is negative, is not energetic, is quiet, subtle, almost like effortless kind of energy. Kun, how Chinese express kun, you see, simplified traditional, they look the same. Versus 2000 years ago, that gives us a little more clues how to interpret that. We have the soil symbol on the left side. So just like a qian, it's more about heaven, about upward, up there, our upper boundary of existence. Kun is low, down there, grounded. So it's ground, it's soil symbol. It's the opposite, it's the lower end of our existence. Then we have the right side. It's, well, because I've done Chinese long enough, I know how to interpret that. It's somebody else's hand reaching upside down like this from top of the frame. So because Chinese is first person perspective, when we use a hand symbol, we will reach from the bottom screen, kind of right hand, left hand, and sometimes both hands in this frame. And it's first person perspective. That's your hands. So you can easily look at things from your perspective. That's how the language operates, the logic there. Now, when you see a hand symbol like that, that is reaching from the top of the screen. And that's not your hand anymore, somebody else's hand. Whose hand? Well, in English, understandable English expression would be God's hand. Plural form, God's hands. Reaching down from heaven down here, and then the middle, this one bolt of light. So it's God's hands holding a lightning bolt. And a few episodes ago, we talked about thunder, and we talked about how Taoism view thunder as the message from divinity to, the mortals down here. So that perception can be connected to this frame of, well, even if I express it in the English context as God's hands, but of course, Taoism see whatever the divinity, their worldview is not necessarily the Christianity framework, not exactly the same imagination of what God is. But it's definitely something pointed up there. It's not human's hand. It's beyond our hand. It's beyond our control in a sense. And this lighting serves as that purpose of this connecting heaven and earth, connecting the upper bound with the lower bound of existence. And according to the Taoism thinking, kind of corresponding to the Genesis story as well. There first comes with one, which is the outer bound, the upper bound, the out there, the outer space, and then created this world that we happen to reside on, which is our ground level perspective. So this from heaven sending the message to the earth, the ground, that's almost you can view it as impregnating. So whatever the divinity, the universe try to impregnate, to fuse their energy, their message, and their intention, right? However you want to pack that in there, this light bulb, this connection between heaven and earth, have this energy channeling down, and the earth, the ground, the soil, symbol on the left side simply is on the receiving end. And for something to be on the receiving end, not just females that, they are on the receiving end of energy as well, but this discontinuous lines, symbols, symbolizing you still have the capacity. Because if you're solid, every gap is filled. There's no gap. There's no receiving. It's full. There's only giving. But here, because it's discontinuous, there are gaps in there. And therefore, there are rooms to receive. So that's how Chinese visually cue in what it is about this in energy, what it is about this inactive, this receiving, this seemingly passive receiving that. But the framework is the energy from heaven passing down to earth. And this earth we're living on is this Kun world. And we view it as the beginning of this yang and the yin, and they have this two polar forces, and heaven and earth. That's how everything is mapped. Okay, so Qian Kun now in the same frame. Simply, it's Chinese way to see heaven and earth. And sometimes when we pair them together, we simply say how the world operates. That's Taoism's figured out world modeling of using this Qian Kun, this trigram way of looking at how the world operates. It's the world's operational manual that Taoism tried to decode. Okay, Kun Zhai. So yesterday we have Qian Zhai, means male house, and now Kun Zhai. Obviously, it's female house, and obviously, it's the bright side of family. Again, Zhai is using the house, the space, the architecture to symbolize the people, the culture, the domestic life in there, everything represented in there. So that's bride's family. So when we say Kun Zhai, we're referring to those two sides of the families joined together through the tying the knot thing. Okay. Kun Che, female bike. Okay, because I'm a biker. And I surely notice in the biking world, there's this bike for guys, bike for girls. Well, it may not be that big of a difference, but that's how things are marketed. And so when I'm looking for a bike, when I was looking for, I mean, I'm may still looking for more bikes. And of course, I have to look for in the session of Kun Che, the female bike. And so Kun still carry that female message in. So Kun Che is still used today. I hear Kun Che all the time. All right, so here is a female representation. It's a useful looking face, still very fertile, I guess. And that's a representing of the female receiving energy. And I would argue that just from her so useful looking and have this positive energy and vibe emitting from her. And it's not necessarily just be the receiving end, right? She can be giving as well. So all that is, and just like when we learn about hormones, females also have testosterone. It's not just one thing we're packing. Everybody have both sides of energy. It's the ratio, it's the combination, it's the dynamic, it's a relational, right? Her put in context with other females versus her, you put her in the context of other males, the dynamic would be different. And so that's how this kun is defined by Qian, and same as Qian is defined by kun. So male, female, just two ends of things. And at the end, we're all humans. So that's my message. Thank you for your time. See you another day.